In this video, I want to provide you with a general overview of some things that you can do to set your courses up in Schoology for this new school year. When you log into your Schoology account, you will typically open up to this sort of window. This is how it may look. You can actually change this, and some people may actually have a different view when they log into their Schoology account. But you should see your courses, and so I want to just show you a general overview of just some basic stuff within each of your courses. So this is your courses. You can access each course here on this screen. If you don't see this as your default view, send me an email and I will be happy to show you how to change that. But to access your courses, if this is not what you see, simply go to courses and then choose what course you would like to work in. So you'll notice that these are the courses that have been generated by our district. By using these courses that the district has generated, our students are already enrolled or loaded into these courses. You'll notice that I have 2 Introduction to Engineering Design courses. I will merge those and I will show you how to do that so that whatever I add for one will work with or be added to the other course. I have my second level Principles of Engineering. I have Civil Engineering and Architecture, which is my 3rd level course, and then my final level course is Engineering Design and Development. And of course, they usually generate some sort of Schoology class for student aids or study halls that are part of your schedule. And so you'll notice that I have these in order. So they were originally not in this order. So I want to show you how to set things in order so that you can kind of in your own mind have the classes organized in maybe some sort of sequence or in a way that you can quickly get to your classes. I'm going to also show you maybe how to add an image to your class so that your class can be easily recognized by your students. You got to remember, when your students click on their courses in their Schoology account, they're going to see a lot of courses that may look the same if teachers do not change or add some sort of image to the course. So you'll see here, this is the default image for the courses that were preloaded for me. So if I leave it like this, there's might be a lot of other teachers who don't add an image as well. So I want to show you that also. But I'm just going to show you just where some basic things are, where some how to add material, but I won't spend a lot of time doing that in this video. So I'm just going to go into this course right here, Introduction to Engineering Design. This is my 4th period class. So I'm going to click on it. And when you're in Schoology, this is how it looks, a class looks before you add or do anything in it. I will obviously add a lot of things to this course that I can turn on and off as I need to. Here is where you add materials. So if I want to add an assignment, if I want to add a test or quiz, or even an assessment, if I want to add a discussion, I can do that. A page is where I use a lot of pages to just add information, maybe to provide them with a PowerPoint that really isn't tied to an assignment. Maybe it's just something I want them to view. Maybe it's a YouTube video. I will use a page to add that to my page. And of course, there's some other options, but those are the main ones that I use. I use a lot of folders to organize lessons in unit. I think it helps keep my pages organized. And so if you're working with one lesson for, say, 3 weeks, I would create a folder for that lesson and put all the assignments and tests and anything involved with that lesson in that folder, so the students know when they're working on that lesson, everything they need for that lesson, PowerPoints, YouTube videos, instructional videos, whatever it is that you provide the students within Schoology for them to access, it can be found in that folder. I just think it helps them keep everything organized, and they can find things pretty easily, but also it might bring up a level of consistency from all of our courses. You'll notice here there's an update. You can actually provide updates to your students. It's almost like a messaging board kind of thing. You can send a message and they can reply. Here's your grade book. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I do not sync my grade book up with PowerSchool. I have just found that through the years there have just been way too many issues. I do create assignments, and I do have the students submit those assignments, and I'm able to actually grade within Schoology, but I actually open up my Schoology and PowerSchool side by side, and I just manually input the grades into PowerSchool. I have found that to be so much more reliable than syncing. But if you choose to sync your grade book, please feel do that. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I just found that creates too many errors. So there's a grade setup right here, and there's some other things. And to be quite honest, I don't use a whole lot. Analytics will allow you to view student activity, so you can see when they last logged into your account. So that helps when we need to report on a student's activity within a course. It's a very general overview, but at least it gives you and the student and parents a general idea of the last time they logged into Schoology and when they access certain material and the total time they spent. So that may be a very useful thing to use throughout the school year. Right up here is where you add an image, and it's very easy to do. So you can click on Edit Picture, and when you do that, you can choose a different image that's already part of Schoology, but you can also add your own image. So I'm going to go to Attach File, and I have logos and images that I've used before. And so you can just click on wherever your images that you want to use. You can find one online. You would find that image. This is Introduction to Engineering Design. So I have one for that, which is IED Schoology. So I'm going to use this image, and I would just hit Open. And then now, when I close this, you'll see that this class has this image. So that means the students will see this, and I think it helps them identify and locate my course a little bit quicker within their whole list of courses that are generated within Schoology. Up here is your resources, and so I'll talk about that in the future, but I use resources to add materials that I've created through the years that I don't want to lose. Maybe I'm not too confident that the things that I created in previous classes are going to be saved. So I instead will back up my courses within resources. And the reason why I like that is when we go to load all the material from a previous course within a new course, I found it to be extremely easy when I do that through resources. Groups is where you can actually create groups within within the school or within the district. So if all the English teachers in our school want to create a group and just share things back and forth, you can do that. There's another teacher that teaches the same courses that I do at North Augusta High School. So we've created a group where we share things. And so if you'll click on that, I clicked on that group, you'll see that it looks almost like a little where we can post back and forth. But the thing that helps us the most is this resources part. And so within this resources, we have created folders and just shared things back and forth because obviously our courses are very similar. And so we share things all the time. So I'm going to go back to this course, and you can see when you click on courses now, you can see the image, and they see something that looks pretty recognizable for my course, and they'll get used to seeing that through the years. So that's just a general overview of one of my courses and some things you can do if you need help adding materials and just maybe kind of making your courses look a little bit more organized or dressed up or decorated, whatever. Just send me an email and I can help you do that. Again, these are the courses that have been preloaded for me by our district. These are courses that I have not created. I like to use the courses that the district gives me rather than creating my own because the students are preloaded. I don't have to do anything to have them access this class. And there are some teachers who create their own courses, and I do have one down here. I have one that's not here now that I will pull in from a previous year. I'll do that another time, but I have a demo course here. We have the Aiken Innovate course, virtual class that we have to access some things. But these are my courses, and these are the ones that I want to add materials to. You'll notice that I have 2 first level courses. I have 2 Introduction to Engineering Design courses. Both of these courses throughout the year will be at the same place. So when I assign an activity or a project or I have a test, they will be on the same days. And so if you have courses like that, I like to merge these kind of courses together because when I add an assignment for this course, it will also be accessed by this group of students from this course. The way that you do that is by going to Courses, and here in the top right hand corner you're going to see My Courses. So if you choose My Courses, you'll see your list of current courses, and you'll see here that here's the Introduction to Engineering Design courses. You can actually see how originally they were organized. They were organized this way, but I have reordered them. The way that you reorder your courses is very simple. So right here you can click on Reorder Courses, and you just simply drag and drop the order in which you want your courses to appear. So I went ahead and put these two first, but they will be merged together in just a moment. I have my second level, then third level, and fourth level. That's how my brain works. If you choose to do like first period, second period, third period, if that works for you, you can organize your courses so that they appear that way in sequence or in order when you click on your courses. So that's how you reorder your courses. You can also access your archive courses. So archive courses are found right here. So if you'll just click on archived, you'll see the previous courses that I had last year. So I can click on any one of these courses and I will go right back to the course and what it looked like last year. So this is my Engineering Design and Development course. Everything that I did last year is still there. I can still access everything. Everything's in the order in which I placed it last year. You can actually go into this course. And for those of you who did not back up your courses into resources, you can go to a previous course and you can click on the first item and you can say copy to course, and then you can choose what course you want to copy that to. So in this case, I would choose, if I'm going to do this, I would choose the course that this goes into, and I would choose that and I would hit copy. When you use that step, that process to copying things from a previous course over to a new course, you're going to have to do that for every individual thing. There may be another way to do that. Some other people who are more experienced may be able to show you how to do that faster. But when you're copying from a previous course to a new course, you have to do every individual thing. And you can see I have a lot of items in here. I do have a lot of things that have folders, and within a folder I have all the items for a lesson. So all those things will go with that folder when I copy it to another course. You'll notice that I have folders within folders, and so you can obviously do that as well. But that's how you copy from a previous course to a new course, and also how you access your previous courses. Again, you do that by going to Courses, My Courses, and then you can choose Archived. Now, I want to show you how to merge your courses. It's very easy to do. There's kind of a weird thing within Schoology that you just kind of have to know about, but it is just something really you just ignore. But I want to merge these two. So I'm going to choose the first one. Here's the little gear, and I'm going to choose the gear to the right of this fourth period class, and then I'm going to choose Link Existing Section. So I'm going to choose that, and when I do, it recognizes the other section, the other course that is tied to it. I cannot link an Introduction to Engineering Design course with an Engineering Design and Development course. They are separated by our district. They know that they don't have the same course code, and so they are separated, and so you can't link between those two. But courses that have the same course code can be linked together. So I'm just going to choose the 6th period course, and then I'm going to hit next. It's going to ask me to download the grades for the section. And this is just something I honestly just ignore. I just choose one of these. I just choose the first one and I hit download and next. And then it will ask me to download this. And then I simply just kind of hit cancel. And then you can hit link sections. And when you do that, you'll notice that now they are tied together. So when I go up to courses, this hasn't updated yet, so it may take a little bit for that to update here. But eventually that will update. These will be tied together. I may even need to sign out and log back in, but these will be tied together. And then I can click on one course, and then you'll already notice that when I clicked on this course, it actually is tied together. So when I add an image for this one course, it'll be the image for both of those courses. And so now what I need to do is just simply start adding all the materials from my resources or a previous course, if that's how you choose to do it. And then it will be accessed by the students from my 4th period IED class and my 6th period IED class. And all those students from both of those courses will be able to see all this material. They will actually be separated within that course, so they're not all mixed in together. There actually will be a 4th period class, and I just simply choose a drop-down option and change to the class that I want to work within. But the materials and everything gets added in general. Now I want to show you how to copy material or things that you have backed up in your resources into a new course. That is how I have found to be the best and quickest way to copy a lot of things. Everything pretty much at one time will be copied over into a course. You can do it individually, step by step, activity by activity, folder by folder from previous courses. And if you didn't back up that course, you can actually still, I believe, back it up. And I have a separate video that shows you how to do that. So you can actually go into a previous course and back that course up into your resources and then do this, even though we are in a new school year. So I will make sure that I share that video link to that video to show you how to do that. But you'll notice if I go to courses now, both courses are now linked together. It shows that little link symbol there, and they are both tied together, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to simply go into resources, and then last year when I backed up my courses, I put all my backed up stuff within a 2020, 2021 backup folder. And so I'm going to click on that folder, and then I'm going to go into my Introduction to Engineering Design classes from last year. Once I'm in that folder, all I need to do is choose this first option at the very top, or this little box. I'm going to check that, and it's going to choose everything that I did last year, and then I will be able to copy that directly into my new course. You can do this one by one, so if you uncheck that, you can choose thing one by one. So let's say you didn't want to take everything right now. You can choose individual items, like maybe the first couple things for the first couple weeks you can copy over. Honestly, what I'm going to do is just copy everything over and then turn off what I don't want the students to see right now. So I'm going to choose this, and then I'm going to choose edit. And then when I do that, I'm going to choose add to course. When I do that, I choose the course that I want to add it to. And then I'm just going to hit import. And it may take a while. It may tell me that it's doing some work to copy that over. I may even go to that course and everything may not be there right away. It may take just a few minutes to copy everything over, but let's just see if it's all there. So I'm going to go to courses, and I'm going to go to the course. And now you can see everything from last year is now in the exact same order that it was last year. What I will need to do is come in here and turn off things that I do not want students to see. So I will come in here and unpublish everything within these folders, because this will be the first folder that I use for my classes starting out the year. It has all like the syllabus, everything. So I will actually need to update that information, but I'm going to turn it off right now so students who are logging in during the summer or right before school starts cannot see that. But I will actually go in here and turn off pretty much everything except for maybe the stuff at the very top. And I'm not going to spend the time in doing this, but I will turn off things that I don't want students to see. And I can change these throughout the year, just update the items as I need to. I would definitely need to update this, because this is obviously, I have a different schedule now. I do not teach any virtual classes, so I will update this. I will change the school year, but that's how you copy things from a previous course, by using the resources, the backed up information from a previous course into your resources and pulling all those items in at one time. I think that's the easiest and quickest way to do that. And all you simply need to do is just update and turn off different items. As you can see, I've gone back and I've turned off everything. So when a student logs into or their Schoology account and checks my class for Introduction to Engineering Design, they will actually see nothing right now. So that gives me a chance to update some items. And then when I update this to reflect this year's schedule and any information I want to put in this welcoming kind of page, and this is a page, this is what a page looks like. So it's just an informational kind of thing. I will publish this by just choosing the gear, and then I will choose publish for all sections. That means both classes will be able to see this when I do that. Then I will turn on, I have some links for students to access their OneDrive or their email directly from my Schoology page. I try to make it a little bit easier for them, so I would turn that on. I can actually go ahead and turn that on because that's something that I don't care if they see right now. That has nothing to do with an assignment. It's just to help them. I have folders that I keep all my agendas. My weekly agendas, I actually add outside of these folders. So I'll have a week 1 agenda that will be viewed by the student. When they just click on this page, it will be sitting right here. I just have not created that yet, obviously. And then after the 9 weeks, when the 9 weeks ends, I move all of those agendas into their appropriate folder, and I make that folder live so that they can go in at any point throughout the school year and go back and see what we did through the first quarter. So if there's ever a question of when I assign something, they can actually go back and see any agenda through the year. That's obviously not required, but I'm just showing you how my page is set up. And so I typically put my items, the very first thing that I do in the year is at the very bottom, and then the second thing, and then the third from there, just in that kind of sequence, because by the end of the school year, I don't want to have to scroll all the way down to the very bottom. I don't mind doing that at the beginning just to update a few things, and but that's just how I do it. I also have a link here so that students can click on this little link here. There's a program we use in class called Autodesk Inventor, and so I give them a link. So I have made this image a link to a website where they can actually view information. I do that throughout my courses. But I want to show you how to see the difference between the two courses. So obviously these are two things that are linked together. Let's go down to this introduction to IED. And I'm going to click on that. And I'm just going to scroll down and find something that I have some videos here for how to show them how to access email and OneDrive. But I'm going to try to find an activity. This is an assignment right here. So I'm just going to click on this. And so this is actually my baseline assessment. So if I want to see this, if I want to change this, if you ever see this, the class period 4 or whatever class period you have for a course, you can choose that and choose the drop down and change that to a different course. So this is showing me 4th period's comments, but if I want to go to 6th period's comments or results or assignments, you look for this little drop down option and change the course so that you can see that. So this is how that works, and showing you how to access the different stuff from the two classes that are linked together. So they are definitely separated, but yet for the purposes of adding things to my courses, I only have to do this for one course, and both of these classes will see that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me. I will be happy to help you in any way that I can.